There are winemakers, and then there are legendary winemakers. Mike Grgich happens to be one of those legends. He's proprietor of his namesake winery, Grgich Hills in Napa Valley. And more than 30 years ago, a Chardonnay he made helped put American wines on the world wine map. Behind the label, meet the celebrated winemaker, still going strong and still being an innovator in wine country.
Think about me when you drink this wine.
I will.
Because I'll be thinking for you for a long time.
Meet Mike Grgich. You might say he's a bit of a charmer.
I won't wash this side for 3 days.
Who can blame him? When you're known as the King of Chardonnay, you've got a pretty good pickup line.
What can I say?
Mike has been wearing the royal crown for over 3 decades. How he earned it has become a Napa Valley legend. It all began when a Chardonnay the Croatian made at Chateau Montelena entered a blind taste test in Paris. The event was a chance for California wines to be judged against the fancy French labels. No one expected much.
California wines were the Rodney Dangerfield of world wines. They didn't get any respect.
George Tabor, author of The Judgment of Paris, was the only journalist at the Paris tasting.
Shock of all shocks, the California wines won in both the white category and the red category.
9 French judges, blind tasting, they scored, and my Chardonnay got 132 points, the highest point for any of the 10 whites. And then I felt, yeah, I could dance. Something is really happening.
What happened next was a wine country revolution. Mike broke ground on his dream, Grgich Hills Winery, with hundreds of others soon following in his path.
I think he's been very inspirational in helping people get the wine bug. My father never stops thinking or working.
Even at age 84, he's dedicated to finding ways to improve his world-famous wine. And it's a mission that he now shares with his nephew Ivo and daughter Violet.
The winery is a place I've always been. I've started working on the bottling line and worked in the cellar and then in the laboratory.
We're working very hard on it. We're achieving results.
We use lots of herbs. Instead of spraying poison or these systemic fungicides, we use natural elements like plants.
Today, with 366 acres, Grgich Hills is the largest biodynamic winery in the United States.
It's sort of like a witch's kettle, you know.
Yeah, well, don't go there, please. Because many people accuse us of that, but it's very sound farming that respects life and soil.
Mike continues to reach new heights to improve his winery. Solar panels put Grgich Hills in an enviable position with the power company.
During day, we are exporting energy to them.
At night, the roles are reversed. So by the end of the year,
when you look pluses and minuses, we are around zero. So we produce as much as we need.
You know, with my dad, he's always trying something new.
Which is why Violet wasn't surprised when he decided to start up a second winery in Croatia. A huge undertaking no American winemaker had ever attempted.
He very much had a desire to help his country and to help people in that country learn a lot of what he has learned.
And now,
it's known as the best wine in Croatia.
All accomplishments worthy of a toast.
Cheers to another 30 years.
To one of wine country's pioneers, Mike Grgich.